Let's be honest, have you ever wondered what a Scrum Master really does? It's got to be one of the most common and maybe one of the most misunderstood roles out there today. So we're going to go on a little journey to clear it all up, to really dig into the mindset, the mission, and what it takes to get to true mastery.
You hear this question everywhere, don't you? From executives in the boardroom all the way down to the team room. Are they just a project manager with a fancy new title? Are they the team's boss? Some kind of agile wizard? You know, to cut through all that noise, let's just go straight to the source.
And there it is, right from the Scrum Guide itself. Now, really look at the words here: promoting, supporting, helping. This isn't about giving orders or directing traffic. You know, think of a really great coach in sports. They're not out on the field playing the game for the team, no way. They create the environment, the conditions for the team to win on their own. That's what this is. It's all about enablement. It's about service.
So let's kick off our journey with that very idea, the call to Scrum. Because look, this role is so much more than just a title you slap on a business card. It's a call to lead, but in a completely different way than most of us are used to. This is the absolute core of it all. A Scrum Master is a servant leader. Their success isn't measured by their own personal to-do list. Nope, it's measured by how much their team grows, how much more capable and successful the team becomes. Their job is to serve. That means clearing obstacles, coaching people to get better, and really protecting the team from distractions so they can do their absolute best work.
All right, so any big journey needs some tools to navigate, right? For a Scrum Master, these tools aren't things you can hold in your hand. They're a framework and a set of guiding principles. Let's think of them as our map and our compass for this adventure.
So our map is the Scrum Framework, and it's actually beautiful in its simplicity. This 3-5-3 structure. 3 accountabilities, 5 events, and 3 artifacts. Now, this is not just a list of rules to memorize. It's the playbook for the game. It shows you all the key plays, it marks the boundaries, and it shows how everyone works together to get something valuable done.
But here's the thing about a map. It only shows you the terrain. It doesn't tell you how to act when you're on the trail, or what to do when the path gets tricky. For that, you need a compass. And in the world of Scrum, that compass is built on 5 core values.
Now, these values aren't just some feel-good words you put on a poster. No, they are the team's entire operating system. Commitment, that's not about working yourself to the bone. It's about being all in on the team's goal. Focus is like a superpower. It lets you tune out the noise. Openness is what makes it safe for people to talk about the hard stuff. Respect is the glue that turns a bunch of people into a real team. And courage, well, courage is what it takes to stand up, challenge things, and build something amazing.
And this quote from Gunther Verheyen just absolutely nails it. You can follow the map of the framework perfectly, do all the events by the book, but without the compass of these values guiding your behavior, you're just going through the motions. You're completely missing the soul of Scrum.
Okay, so you've got your map, you've got your compass. That's a great start. But to be really effective, to navigate those really tricky parts of the journey, you've got to build some specific skills. And that brings us to our next leg, the path to mastery.
Scrum.org lays out these 5 professional Scrum competencies. You can think of them as the 5 pillars of a truly great Scrum Master. And they're not just a checklist of random skills, they're this holistic set of capabilities where each one supports and strengthens the others.
That first pillar, understanding and applying Scrum, well, that's the bedrock. It's about deeply, truly getting empiricism, which is the engine that drives the whole thing. This means always pushing for transparency so everyone sees the real picture, creating chances to inspect your work to see if you're on the right path, and then having the courage to adapt your plan based on what you just learned. Without that foundation, everything else just falls apart. Building on that foundation, a Scrum Master's focus then turns outward to developing people and teams. This is where that whole servant leadership idea really comes to life. It means you're a masterful facilitator who makes every meeting valuable, not just another boring calendar invite. And it means you're a coach and a mentor, helping the whole team level up their skills so they can become truly self-managing. And that influence also extends to a really crucial partnership with the product owner, helping them manage products with agility. By being a coach and a trusted sounding board, the Scrum Master helps make sure the team is building the right thing in the right way. It's simple. A stronger product owner means a much more effective team.
But the journey doesn't just stop at the team's edge. A truly great Scrum Master looks up and sees the whole system.
They become change agents for the entire organization, working with other leaders to tear down those big, systemic roadblocks and create an environment where agility can actually genuinely thrive.
All of this really leads to a fundamental truth about this role. See, becoming a great Scrum Master isn't about reaching some final destination or just getting a certificate to hang on the wall. It's about committing to a lifelong journey of always learning and always improving.
And the really good news is, you don't have to go on this journey all by yourself. There is a whole ecosystem of resources out there to help guide you. Think of these as your trail guides and your supply stations. The Scrum Guide itself, online communities, books, courses, whatever you need to take that next step on your path, trust me, it's out there.
And for those of you who want some clear milestones along your journey, professional certifications like the PSM series offer a really structured way to check in and validate your growing knowledge, from a solid foundation all the way up to a really distinguished level of mastery.
So, there you have it. We've mapped out the journey of a Scrum Master. We've seen that it's a role of true servant leadership, guided by the Scrum Framework as our map and the Scrum values as our compass. The path to mastery? It's a lifelong commitment to learning and to serving others. So you have the map, you have the compass. The only real question left is, where will you begin?